Hi guys. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about R, otherwise known as the R project for statistical computing, and I'm going to try to tell you rough summary of everything you need to know in 3 to 5 minutes. So, what is R? It's a free open source programming language for statistical computing and data visualization. It was developed in the early 1990s by two professors from the University of Auckland. Combination of their first names is how it got its name R. R is based actually on the older S programming language, which was developed in Bell Laboratories. Um, R is used by data scientists, academics, researchers, statisticians, and journalists. And it's used for a variety of different things. It can be used for data cleaning, data analysis, mapping, etc. And R is something also known as an interpreted language. Its users access its functions through a command line interpreter. So essentially a software program that reads and interprets text commands. It's also a domain-specific language, meaning its functions are designed for like a specific user domain. In this case, it's statistical computing and analysis. Python and Java are general purpose programming languages that can be applied to a wide variety of things, unlike R. So this language in programming is particularly helpful for journalists analyzing and visualizing like large sets of data, millions and millions of rows, and it can help identify trends, create compelling charts and graphs to support their reporting, essentially. Types of reporting that utilize R include investigative reporting, economic reporting, public health reporting. We saw that during the pandemic from the New York Times and the Washington Post. And also election reporting. We just saw that people like Steve Kornacki utilize data visualizations brought to life with program language like R. And economic reporters like Andrew Sorkin also use R as a tool to bring their reporting to life, essentially. So, got a little ahead of myself. So, how does it work? So, R runs on a variety of platforms, most commonly on Windows and Mac OS. You interact with R through a command line interface. So, that is a CLI or an integrated development environment, an IDE. And the most common one that people use is called RStudio, which you can actually download online for free. So commands are entered in line by line, similar to HTML, and the results are displayed immediately from there. And you have to obviously learn the proper syntax. Similar to HTML, there are certain ways you type in the language and use the language that you can learn online, courtesy of the internet. And there are a lot of free online resources to learn how to do that. So R uses vectors, lists, factors, matrices, and data frames. Those are the data structures it uses. Journalists tend to use the data frames because data frames are the closest thing in R to a standard spreadsheet with rows and columns. So an example looks like this. So this is straight from a program with R running language. So R has a large amount of built-in functions, but its capabilities can also be extended with add-on packages, which are essentially new libraries that people can load onto can load with R and they can extend its capabilities. So journalists, for example, use the ggplot2 package to create visualizations and the dplyr package for data manipulation. So essentially these packages are for specific tasks and these can be super helpful. These are two examples inspired by data taken from the New York Times and the Washington Post. These were recreated with R. So these are just two examples. So at the end of the day, it's not the easiest programming tool to learn, but at the same time, the internet makes it actually very easy to learn. There are resources through DataCamp and Codecademy where you can learn the R language and you can learn how to use it for data purposes and journalism purposes like this. So, and also it's free. There's not a lot of free resources like this. And it's accessible. And it can add a lot of depth to your reporting. So if you can put up with the complexity, it's an open source resource. It has an active community too online that you can engage with. And it provides you at the end of the day with high quality data and data analysis and data visualizations that come in handy and help bring number reporting, which is data reporting, to life. So thanks for listening. Have a good Thanksgiving.